Hey guys, I'm back with another PvP tips video, and it is finally time for Season 3. I'm sure you've seen all of the amazing Pirates of the Caribbean stuff coming in, but what you may not have seen is that we actually have a new weapon, the Trident of Dark Tides. Now, this isn't a traditional weapon that you can find in the weapon locker. It's loot, kind of like the Ashen Wind Skull, but this thing's pretty awesome, so I'm going to go over all the stats and let you know the best way for you to use this in PvP. So like I said, the Trident is a new item in Season 3, and it can be found on beaches, sunken just offshore, in shipwrecks, or as a reward for beating Meg, the Kraken, skeleton ships, or any skeleton forts. Considering this is new loot and not a traditional new weapon, this means that you can't equip anything else while using it, and you can't sprint either unless you drop it. So the way this weapon works is that it shoots bubbles out in a straight line that eventually explode. Holding right click will aim, and then holding left click will start to charge your shot. There are 3 different tiers of bubbles, each stronger and slower than the last, and each with their own stats. So let's go over each tier. So starting with tier 1 is the smallest and fastest bubble. It deals 30 damage on a direct hit and has no area of effect or knockback. Now the Trident does have a limited amount of ammo, so I'm going to tell you how much it takes for each tier to completely empty it. And so for tier 1, you get 30 shots before the Trident is empty. Tier 2 is slightly slower than Tier 1 and deals 60 damage, and it does have area of effect and knockback. And after 15 shots, the Trident will be empty. Tier 3 is the slowest bubble. It deals 90 damage and has the most area of effect and knockback. And after only 10 Tier 3 shots, the Trident will be empty. So now I just want to go over other general info and stats about the Trident, starting with the fact that it does have splash damage on Tier 2 and Tier 3. So if you don't get a direct hit, you can still do some damage, however it won't be as much. The Trident does have a max range where the bubble will blow up without even hitting anything. However, you can detonate it by shooting it with a gun. So this can be a good way to defend yourself if someone's shooting a Tier 2 or Tier 3 at you. Or if you happen to miss one of your shots with the Trident, you can drop it and try and shoot it to detonate it next to the enemy player. The Tier 1 charge from the Trident has a slightly higher fire rate than the pistol. And even though it only does 30 damage, it is probably the most effective way to use this in a straight up fight. The Tier 2 charge you can occasionally get away with if your enemy is a bit slower, and the bubble from Tier 3 is so slow that unless you detonate it with your gun, it'll probably never actually hit someone. However, it is worth noting that you can't hurt yourself with the Trident. So if you are charging a Tier 2 or Tier 3 bubble, and your enemy is rushing you, you can just shoot it at your feet and hurt them without hurting yourself. The AoE on Tier 2 and Tier 3 bubbles does go through walls, and it does have a slight pushback on ships, similar to a blunder bomb, but not quite as intense. As far as the best times to use the Trident, I think the most common will be spamming the Tier 1 bubble. However, the Trident is also really good at anti-boarding. A Tier 2 bubble shot at the top of your ship's ladder will knock someone off if they are halfway up, and a Tier 3 bubble shot at the top of your ladder will knock someone off even if they are at the very bottom. If you're close enough to another ship, you can actually hit them with the Trident, even if you're chasing them. So I think it's going to be really cool to see what people do with the Tier 3 bubbles from ship to ship. Those can be used to knock someone off of the cannon, the wheel, and maybe even off of their ship if your aim is good enough. Okay, that's it for me today. I am so excited for all this new Season 3 stuff, and at the time of this video, this should all be live right now. So today, on Tuesday, I'm going to be streaming this all day with my brother, which is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be doing PvP, the Tall Tales, and that's going to start around 10 a.m. Central. I'll be uploading most of those VODs to this channel, probably in chunks, so you can watch it there, or you can come watch it live today. I will also be giving away 5 Obsidian 6-packs today on stream, and tomorrow, on Wednesday, I'll be giving away an Obsidian Capstan, which is pretty rare. I do these giveaways once a week on my stream at twitch.tv/blurbs. We also have an amazing Discord if you want people to play this new update with, so you should definitely check that out. But regardless, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.